You are listening to So Much More, a women's health and wellbeing program. And in the studio, I have Jamie Lea talking about her life and how she has created her own village and the things that she's experienced.
I was 22 when I finally got braces. I paid for my own braces because that was one of my barriers. I wouldn't smile. And I thought, how am I going to be up on stage if I won't open my mouth? And it's changed things. I'll smile in photos now, because of my braces. But, even that, I'm sure there's young people out there who take that for granted. I wanted to shake all my friends in high school because I've got braces. And I was like, shut up. It's all I want is to fix my teeth. And I guess you're so much more appreciative of things when you pay for it yourself. I was at uni and got a second job just to get braces. So, but then you have a baby and you never get your body back to where it was, or, and you hate yourself when you're 6. And, my best friend and I talk about it all the time, that when we've got photos of us at 16, skinny as rakes, wearing t-shirts in the pool because we thought we were fat. And now you just go, we could have worn nothing, and we had great figures. We were teenagers, of course we did, but now it's like, we're at that age where we don't care as much anymore. But you still, my best friend hasn't had a baby and I have, and your body changes, your hip changes, everything changes, and you go,
shoe size.
Your shoe size. Nobody believes me that my feet are bigger.
I believe you because my feet are bigger.
Yes, and you just go, whatever. You're just so tired and you're so run down and you're so busy caring about everything else. You just I honestly chucked on what was on the floor. You just go, whatever. I haven't done my hair. Actually, you know what? I didn't even have a shower or brush my teeth because by the time Elsie got dropped off, Cassidy got dropped off, and then I was due to get here. So I was, you sacrifice your own teeth brushing and you get in that car.
You do what you need to do to get the jobs done.
That's right.
That's what a lot of women do, is sacrifice ourselves in order for the children or the partners the people around us to get what they need.
That's right.
That's sort of normal.
And you know what? When I found out Dempsey was a girl in my stomach, it actually made me a little sad. The tiniest part of me was like, damn it, I don't want her to have to hate herself or hate her body or, any of that stuff. It really I thought, damn it, I want her to be a boy. I want her to not worry about her getting her period or not worry about what colour her hair is or how big her boobs are or any of that stuff. I wanted her to, well, and maybe boys have it differently, but not that I know of. Obviously, I'm not a boy, but, I've got a couple of male friends in my life who have body issues and mental health issues. And, I'm sure we're all equal. I'm sure it's the same for everybody, but it's not. It just isn't.
So do you have any plans for how to help Dempsey not have those sorts of issues? Ideas?
Yeah, I've read a few things online, and it's really basic things, like not calling yourself fat. Not calling anyone else around you fat in front of your child. I remember my mother putting on clothes and being like, this makes me look fat. Even just that, and that really, really simple change in the way we speak around our children will hopefully affect her greatly. Yeah, I don't know. I try to be really comfortable around the house, whether that's wearing clothes or not wearing clothes, so that Dempsey sees that I'm very comfortable in my own skin. We as a family exercise. I need to exercise more. I need to teach her to be active because that was something neither of my parents ever exercised. Like going for a walk was not a thing. Riding, we didn't even have bikes, but you know what I mean? That kind of physical activity, absolutely not important. And I look back on it now and I realize why now I'm so anti-exercise. Honestly, you could not pay me to go for a walk. I can't stand it. It doesn't interest me in the slightest because it was never taught to me to be. Self-care was never taught to me. It wasn't an important thing.
Just on that, though, sometimes it's just a matter of finding the right exercise for you because it's not necessarily going for a walk or lifting weights or swimming in the pool. Swimming in the ocean for me is I will swim in the ocean but not in a pool. If you had a circus performance or a theatre performance where you were dancing, would that be more appealing for you?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. But that's because I was taught that. There was no musical theatre in my family. There was no appreciation for, I guess that's why people are so shocked that I am who I am, because they're just like, what? It wasn't a thing. Music was not a thing in my home. Whereas in our home, there's music playing all the time. There's instruments playing all around the house. Dempsey flings the guitar whenever she wants, and she has a whole box of musical instruments. And yeah, being a physical and active family is something that we really want to teach her, and that's self-care and making that time. My own self-care is not a priority to me at all. And it's, people say to me, if you're not well or you're unfit or you are lethargic, go for a walk. And I'm like, yeah, but I've got 5 loads of washing to do. I've got a garden to maintain. I've got gigs to organise. I've got 3 committees I'm on. I've got 2 boards I'm a part of. I've got volunteer work to do. So when is my time? It doesn't exist.
So when do you have the energy to even get out of bed?
That's right. And then you have those days where you're just so, I would never say I'm depressed, but I mean, when you're so shattered. Just before Christmas, I found a lump in my breast, and then I found out my father died. And so, even then I still haven't booked it. I went to the doctor, got the scans, did everything we had to do, and now I need to go get a biopsy, and I haven't even booked that. I just haven't found the time to book it. You know, I went to the myotherapist yesterday because my neck and shoulders hurt, and that's where you keep all your emotional crap, you know. So, and you know, I made an hour because I can't move my neck. And my myotherapist is just like, Jamie, you've got to change something because your body can't keep seizing up like this. And it's where all the emotional crap is. But even then, you know I need to go talk to somebody. I know I need to see a counsellor. But even then, I'm like, it's at the very bottom of the list. And, you know, people will probably say, well, that's my fault. That's my choice. But I think, again, that's a taught thing to prioritise yourself so low. But at the same time, though, helping people, being part of the community, being busy keeps me sane, and being busy keeps me happy. And so I would much rather go plant trees or volunteer or go to a board meeting or whatever than go to a specialist appointment. Then go to the gym, then go for a walk, then shave my legs. Like, yeah, it's funny. Like, I'm so grateful for my working body. I'm so grateful for my eyes and my ears and my legs and all those things. Yet I'm not grateful enough to maintain the health. It's so odd. I don't know. Humans are strange creatures, aren't they?
We sure are.
Yeah,
but I do think self-care, our attitude, I don't know how we can actually overcome it, just one little thing at a time.
That's right. One little thing at a time. And yeah, you're right. And I think starting younger too, like making those habits, like, you know, if you're a parent right now, think about what you do. Like, think about what you're teaching your children, even the littlest things. You know, we do the basics. We teach ourselves to brush our teeth every morning and night. We teach ourselves to have a shower. So we need to add in that, teach ourselves to exercise, teach ourselves to maintain some kind of physical and mental health. It's so important. And I know that talking to people and singing, they make me happy. I know that being outdoors and working and having fun and being a part of the village, that keeps me happy. So that's like my therapy. I know what that is. I'm very aware of that. But yeah, I've got to teach Dempsey that she needs to find her thing and maintain it from a young age. Yeah.
If your yearly income became your monthly income and you didn't have to work to get it, you just had it, what would you do with your life?
Exactly what I'm doing. I'd be a part of the youth haven, the youth hub that started up. Oh my God, I'd give so much time to that and mentor young people and just be their friend, just be around them and show them that they do have a choice, they do have an option. I'd go help a Zim out and go cook some food. I've always wanted to go.
He's amazing.
Yeah, if I had a spare day of the week, that's exactly where I'd be. I'd go down and sit with people at the hospital. I'd love to do that, just talk to them. I went to see my father before he died, and to be in a room with a whole bunch of very ill people on their own was just devastating. And again, I think we get so busy that we don't realise, and it's not intentional. We're not bad people. It just completely blew my mind. I went, oh my goodness. I'd continue all my work with the creative arts. The Shepparton Festival is really important to me, and creativity in Shep's really important to me. So much. I'd set Dempsey up for life. Not in the fact that she never had to work another day in her life, because that's ridiculous. Everybody needs to work. I don't care if you're completely disabled. If your brain's still working, then find a way to work that. You know, I'm not saying like work as in work and make money and change the world. I mean just do something. Just do something. You know, if you've got a bad back, all right, great, knit.
Knitting is fantastic.
Yeah, but like knit for homeless people, like, you know, I watched my parents sit on their asses for years. You know what, maybe that's what drives me even more. Maybe I'm making up for their lack of contribution, because I cannot stand people. I do not have any time for people who do not give back and do not give something back to this world. It's not a right. You don't just get born because you get born. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. Now do something. If you don't give something back, I legitimately don't want anything to do with you. Even if it's once a year and you go plant trees for Clean Up Australia Day, or it's once a month and you go feed the homeless with a Zem, with people supporting people, or you go to the hospital and you go hold the hand of some stranger and just listen to their stories, like, or you're on a committee, if you're on the, you know, the P&C club at the local primary school, whatever it is, just give back in some way. I think about it, if everybody did a little bit each, we'd actually have time for ourselves.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even then, I think there are people who are too scared. They want to help and they're too scared. They're too scared to ask, or they're too scared to offer, or they think, again, we're going back to this point of they don't think they're good enough to do it.
Seems to be that this thing of I'm not good enough is a very common thing that we feel.
You're right, and it probably affects everything in many different ways, and I haven't even thought about it. Yeah, you're completely right, and that's so far from it. If you think you're not good enough, please don't think that. Like,
please try anyway.
Yeah, please try anyway. And that's one big that resilience, and something that we are really lacking in teaching our young people, is just try anyway. Who gives a flying pig if you fail? Who cares? At least you've tried. I put on 3630 Festival when I was 22 years old, lost $10,000, and I was so embarrassed. I felt like I was a complete failure. I thought that I'd completely stuffed up my entire career. I'll put it this way. I put on 3630 Festival. My boyfriend broke up with me. I lost my license for 6 months and I lost 10 grand. And
ouch. ouch.
Yeah, it was really brutal. But even then, that wasn't the worst thing that ever happened to me. So I just kept going. You know, everything happens for a reason, and you can't let things hold you down or hold you back. And even just trying that little bit, even if you go volunteer at the op shop for one day, and it's one day, and you go, no, that's not for me, I'm never going back. So what?
Yeah, it's getting experience and learning. Here's another question. If you could go back in time to your teenage self for 30 seconds, what would you say?
It's, you know what, it's honestly, that is a really, 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 really hard question. I would tell myself so much, but in 30 seconds, you know what, it would probably completely change my life. So I don't know if I would, because I'm here at this point because of all those mistakes. And, you know, like I look back on it and I should have gone overseas, but I didn't. I was too scared, and I stayed in Shep, and I did a year of a traineeship at Notre Dame, and I worked at Lemon Tree, and I just stuffed around. I really did. Completely stuffed around. But then I met another great man, and he healed my heart. Then I went to uni, and then within 6 months of being at uni at TAFE doing music business, I put on 3630. So do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I guess I would, if it was just a really basic thing, I would say, please love yourself.
Yeah.
Please love yourself. And I would also probably say it's never too late, because even at that age, you don't have any perspective. And I remember being like, damn, I wish I could play guitar for myself. And even learning 1/4 month, I was like, it's not worth it. It's too late. I can't learn anything. You know, what's done is done. If I was going to learn anything, I should have learnt guitar when I was younger. What a load of crap. Yeah. People still teach themselves guitar when they retire.
Yes.
You know, and you know what? My husband bought me a guitar 2 years ago for my birthday.
Fantastic.
No, for Christmas.
Fantastic.
And I've picked it up once.
Pick it up again.
That's right.
Now, very, very last question. What advice would you give to our listeners, for our ladies who are listening?
I guess just try. And every day, it's the littlest thing. It's the littlest thing, but every day I try. And some days you finish, like this morning, man. Oh my God, this morning I thought, I don't know how I'm going to get through today. And even sitting here talking to you has completely changed my mindset now. Like, good. I felt very hopeless this morning. And I came here because I didn't want to let you down. I don't like letting anyone down. And it was really hard to get in the car with 3 kids, and it was really hard to get here. But I guess, yeah, my advice today would just be, just try. And if you don't have anyone to talk to, you know what, that's normal. A lot of us feel like we don't have anyone to talk to, or we don't want to burden people, or we don't want to, you know, ruin their day or whatever. Then that's when I think being in the community and volunteering makes that big difference. You could go volunteer at the op shop right now, and you'd be surrounded by, let's say, 6 strangers, but you'd talk. You'd be out of the house. You'd be socializing with other people. And I know it might sound really daunting and really scary, but once you get there and you have a cup of tea, you'll be fine. I used to volunteer at the op shop. I still wish I could, actually, to this day, but it's so therapeutic to be together. It's so therapeutic to just be in the space of other people, and we forget. We get so used to our own company, and we let those anxieties and that fear control us. And, you know, some days I stay home with Dempsey and I think, oh, that was a better day because I didn't leave the house. And then I realize I'm going cuckoo. So, you know, or there's some days where my phone rings and I won't answer it. I can't answer it. I don't want to talk to anyone. But at least I try, and I send a text, or I send them a message, and I'm like, sorry, I can't talk today. Just message me or just email me or whatever. I'm still trying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be my advice. Just try. And you know what? Pass it on. I often think if I feel like crap, somebody else will too. So I'll send a message to a girlfriend who I haven't talked to for a while, or I'll put something nice on Facebook, or I'll smile at somebody down the street. You know, just the other day I stopped an old lady and just went, your blouse is beautiful. And her eyes nearly popped out of her head, but I just wanted her to know that her top was really nice. So it's those tiny, tiny things that make a difference. And we think we have to make such a big difference. We think we have to have this explosion. And I didn't get nominated for Australian of the Year because I did this big thing. I think I got nominated because I'm consistent.
Yeah.
And I'm always doing something to try and help. So please don't think the effect you have to make is giant. It can be the tiniest little ripple, but it'll just keep going. That tiniest little effect. It will change people's day. You know, I was at the op shop yesterday, and a lovely man I haven't seen in years said to me, just so you know, your girl band at Marupna Carroll's was awesome. Your harmonies were beautiful. And I said, oh, I'm just the bass. I'm not important. And he went, take that just out. You know, he pulled me up straight away and he said, don't be silly. The 4 of you together were incredible.
And you were.
Thank you.
Yes.
And, you know, taking compliments is so hard to do, but even giving them is just as hard. So I guess I'm daring you to give somebody a compliment today, and I'm daring you to smile at a stranger, and I'm daring you to smile at yourself in the mirror and just try.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lea.
Thank you.
And that was Jamie Lea, one of our local luminary ladies who has done some amazing things with her life, who has overcome so many things to be the amazing person that she is. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed our program. And if you would like to get in contact with me, you can. I have a Facebook page, www.facebook.com/SoMuchMore, and my Twitter account is So Much More Radio. You can email me, somuchmoreradio@gmail.com, and you can send me a text message, 0404 856 00856. Thank you very much once again for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. Produced with the assistance of the Community Broadcasting Foundation Australia.